Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us east of Angkor Thom, kind of northeast of the old capital. And we're going to take a look at two temples today that were both built in the 12th century. I think this temple here was built by King Saravaraman II, or the name is really huge, Darawincharavaraman I. I'm not sure. And then I think Juriman VII also did a little bit of work on these two temples in the 13th century. Anyway, we're at Chau Say Tevoda. This is the first one we're going to look at. And then we're going to walk across what they call Victory Way and look at the second temple. This temple here is really popular for the locals to come over, do wedding pictures and stuff like that. And it was renovated by a group of Chinese. They also did Ta Kiao. That's not too far away from here. But anyway, this site used to have just like 4,000 of the blocks just scattered out on the site, and the group came here and restored it to the site we're going to be able to see today. So let's look around here and then we'll look at the other temple. This is the site out here amongst the trees. So you can see the whole temple right here. And then there was a little bit more on the outside. Looks like a couple of the lions and some other buildings and stuff like that. So let's pop our head in here. Let's go in this gopura and then we'll walk through the little bit of the site that we can see. So you can see there was quite a bit of restoration here. All this sandstone is pretty new. You can see a little bit of the lintel up there and those pediments. This is the later Bayan styling. That looks like a little library there with the naga up top. And then it has some of the laterite stones, but most of it is the sandstone. The laterite stones looks like they've been all replaced here. So you got a lintel above the door. This is really nice. This was originally a Hindu temple. And I think it was Shiva and Vishnu that they dedicated this temple to. And then it was later converted into Buddhism, I believe. So this is the little crucifix-shaped gopura that's really common. And then you got a low doorway here. So you would have came in this door, and you can see they carved all of this here. Went through the second door, and then we would have been into the center courtyard. Oh, that's really cool. They got like little walkways between those buildings. So this would have been the main shrine in here. This would have all been surrounded by a wall. The wall's over here. And then that's another one of the gopura. Yeah, this is really a nice site. You can see where they've restored there that piece of sandstone. But this over here is all the original carvings from the 12th century across the bottom. And then this would have been a little library. You can see the lintel, the Hindu deities all up there, the naga, and these little floral patterns that they carved in along with the little characters. And you can see the new and the old where they've combined them. And then this little building here would have had their deity right here. And it's open at the top. So this would have been covered originally, but now it's open air. This has all pretty much been redone. Let's go up into the main building here. You can see the bottom step would have been made out of sandstone and carved. Looks like they have a little shrine right here. You can see they've left cigarettes. And then you can see the lintel work and everything. And up there, that's all just part of this little structure. Missing a little bit of the top door frame. This is on the south of that main building. Some of it is original, some of it's been restored. They stuck this piece of wood in here to keep that window seal from collapsing down. You can see the gopura here on the east. And we should be able to get inside. Nope, we can't. It's blocked off also. So they've done a lot of the restoration there. And then you can see the condition of these steps. There's lots of the chunks of sandstone that are missing. You can still see the original carvings on them though. And then this is a faux door. And then this has been restored here. And I don't know if there would have been an image sitting right here, some of those Khmer style lions, or what would have been on this structure. And then over there. And another one of the faux doors here. And then this library here, which gives it the balance, would have been identical to that first one we looked at. Yeah, this has some really, really nice carvings up there. Some of it's original, some of it is restored. So just to give you an idea, this right here, you can see this has all been restored, while these carvings down here are the original. And then it looks like that might be like a restored part right there. So they had to incorporate a bunch of different bricks or different stones into this. And in here we got another lintel. And the same up there, you can see original, some of it has been restored. And then we have this huge pediment or pedestal in here. And this whole building here is all new laterite stone. So it looks like we can go up into this part right here so we can see the figures. I really like these, even though most of them have been restored. Some of the stone carvings there are new, some of them are older. There's no lintel above the door here. The same here. I mean, this must have been just in absolutely terrible shape when the Chinese group came and put the pieces back together. So this site wasn't even open until 2009. All right, so that other door I thought was the east is actually the west. I'm kind of turned around backwards. So here we can go in here. They would have had their pedestals here, and then this is the main image. And people still come over here and pray and do all of their thing. You see a little bit of the restoration efforts there. And then they've had to incorporate like this concrete beam across. Some of the little stone columns that they put in the window. And this was kind of the thing I wanted to do the most since I saw it, is climb across this little walkway right here. This goes into the other gopura, and that would have led you from the east into this temple. So this is the east side. It's easy to get confused of the directions whenever you come in through all these trees and stuff. So this has been restored extensively, but this hasn't. That's an old original piece there. And then you can see the crucifix pattern with the places for their other deities. And then the stone carvings up in there. Yeah, they didn't miss a beat. If there was a place for stone carvings, they put them in here. It's quite amazing. So you came in from the east right here, and you went through those series of doors to the center platform. All right, let's go out here. Looks like we got a little photo shoot going on. Yeah, like I said, this is a very popular place for the Cambodians to come over and do photo shooting. Yeah, what a great little area though. And you can see they had a couple other little buildings. Yeah, what a great little area. You can see the stone walkway that would have led you in, and then it would have had the little Naga bridge right there. And what's cool is this went out into what is now the jungle. But over that way is Ta Kiao, I think, is that away. So everybody would have came in. There would have been houses and stuff like that all through here. And then over there is where we're going to go next. I had to wait for the little wedding shoot to finish here. You see what's left of the Naga bridge. So they've just moved most of them over there, but they used to have the rails with the Naga all around. And they would have been all on this side also. And then I like these stones. You see these in some of the temples in Thailand, those stones that are standing upright like that, like at Phnom Rung and a few other temples I've been to. Yeah, what a great little site, just kind of nestled here amongst the trees. Okay, so let's walk over here. Now they're setting up for some kind of special event. They're building a stage, but we should be able to see the temple behind it. This is the main road that kind of splits the two temples. And then they have a little place over here for snacks and stuff like that. And this is all the work they're doing. They're setting up a stage with seating and stuff. So this is Thommanon Temple. And it's another one of the 12th century era temples. So you can see their clothes and paintings and stuff like that. And they'll always offer you cold drinks, coconut milk, or coconut water, all of that. So this temple here is similar in styling to the one we just looked at. The preservation of it was in better shape because they used stones in the door jambs and crossbeams instead of wood like they did at that first one. So they didn't have to do as much restoration. Now they think this temple was completed right when Angkor Wat was started. And this, they believe, also was built by Suleiman II, even though they have some debate about it, if it was Suleiman VI or who exactly was the one that built it. This actually might be kind of a cool little show. So they got lights set up to shine on the temple behind them, and they'll probably have dancers and stuff up on the stage. What a great sight this is. So this one here actually was restored in 1960. The first one we looked at was restored and opened up in 2009 by a Chinese group. This one was restored by a group of French. So you can see they had the outer wall, and then we'll go through the gopura into the mandapa over here, and we'll look around. So you can see the entranceway with all the stone carvings. Now they say there's two different types of stone carving here. There's the Angkor era, and there's also the Bakong styling that they actually showed some advancement in the stone carvings. And they described like some of them are holding like a flower, and you can see them holding it with like 2 fingers and other little tiny details. That's for all those people that all they do is study stuff like this. I just like to see it. I'm not going to analyze the minute details. Yeah, this is really cool. So they have over here, you have some of their parts of the temple. So this would have been like went up into the notch for like the windows. And then you see some of this has been restored. Most of it is original. About fell off the stairs. So this is the normal crucifix design. It's really musty in here. And then that would have led you into the temple. So you see this is the same styling with the west entrance has the faux doors, the north and the south also. So we'll come back around from the east and go in there. And a lot more of the stone carvings. You can see the condition that those stairs are in. Some of the pieces are missing, but the site itself is in really, really nice shape. And these Aspara dancers, there's a lot of talk about them, about the styling of it. And there's quite a few of them on this site. They're what gets the historians excited about this place. You can see all that up there. All the pediments sitting there. I really like how they did that. So they built all that and then they just stuck that pediment right on the front. And then this is the gopura from the east. So we'll come around, let's go around and then we'll walk through that into this building. So this is the way you would have came to the temple from the east over there, what's now jungle. And then you would have came right up here, up these stairs. And these stairs are not the best. You can see the holes they drilled in them to move these big old stones. And then you had a little platform. Don't know if they would have had the Naga terrace up here, probably so. And it's kind of cool because there's more little stairs here. And then there's stairs to go in to that gopura there with the artwork above the door. and then a small little stone bridge. And then you see all the holes and stuff where they would have had different things. You see where they've restored this whole lintel here. It's like the ruku, or I think they call it ruka here in Cambodia. And then some of the columns. Another one of these little crucifix shaped buildings. It's all part of the gopura, or the entrance. And then we would have came down right here. So they have stairs down and then stairs up into that mandapa. Let's go across there. This is kind of interesting right here. So they had stairwell over there, over here, and then I have no idea what this is about right here. But it's just this lower little part, and then there's almost no stairs. And then you can go up into this building. And this has had quite a bit of restoration done into it here. You can see all that is new. And then here we are in this part. And it feels fantastic in here. It's out of the sun. And so they had tile work up there out of the stone. That's similar to, I think, what they did at Angkor. But this was completed right whenever they started Angkor Wat. And I think it took 20 years to build Angkor Wat was all. So we've got the center deity here. And they got more stairs down and up. And then is that Vishnu up there on the shoulders of like a Garuda? Yeah, really, really nice. So the little Buddha is missing the head, and it's just sitting right on the old Shiva pedestal. Just to give you an idea about the amount of detail and work that they did. So this is down along the piece of stone that nobody would ever see, but they carved all those floral patterns in all of that. The same down here. I mean, they meticulously carved all of this, and this is on the bottom of these columns. I mean, people would have came in and they would have been focused on the deity, but they still took all the time and effort to carve every little detail in these buildings. And you can see the little library. And they use those little tiny stone columns right there for windows up at the top. I think that styling is fantastic. So one more look here at this second temple. That's really nice. The exterior wall, the libraries, the center prong. And it's all 12th century, so what, 800-900 years old? That's going to finish up our video over here at these two temples. These are really nice. They're something to see. They're popular for the locals to come over and take pictures of, but they're also just really cool to walk around and explore and take a look at. They're not very big, but there's still some really nice Khmer style architecture. So if you like this kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend come over here and walk around. So if you liked the video, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, stick around, and then you're notified when I post a new video. And if you have any questions or comments, if you've been here, let me know in a comment down below, or if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And I'll put the best write-up I can in the description. But anyway, from over here in Angkor Thom, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.